Babes, I'm in a tough spot. I'm in a tough spot. I wanted to make a video on why are people apologizing to Joyboy? Not just this giant. Sadly, he didn't really give us too much, but Zunisha did. Zunisha did. I feel like Zunisha is our closest thing to understanding what Joyboy is, but it's still so arbitrary. It's really tough to say. I did a whole bunch of research on what I thought could possibly be going on here. And what I think the One Piece is still what I think is like 10 years ago is still what I think it is today, which is the destruction of the Red Line. I think it makes the most sense because of a couple things. The first time we hear the name Joyboy is in Fishman Island. And in Fishman Island, he's apologizing to the fishermen, we presume. I think we're not sure who he's apologizing to, or if it's like a romantic letter to the old Poseidon. But basically, I believe he's apologizing to the people of Fishman people. And I think the apology is what we all think it is, and this isn't even, I think we all kind of agree with this, there's not a lot of conjecture here, is that they should be living on normal land, that they shouldn't have to live at the bottom of the sea. It's a very dangerous land, and even though they can function pretty well there, they should live up where everybody else is. That's kind of something we saw. I think Hachi showed us a little bit of that. It's like, oh, we want to live up there. We want to live up on where the sun can reach us. And of course, the red line, being as lifted as it is, needs to be brought down. And I think the One Piece is obviously combining all the seas, which gives us the all blue. And I think the biggest thing that it gives us is the destruction of discrimination. Because those are the people that are keeping the fishmen down there, that are actively seeking out slavery and other heinous things. But I think bringing that down and having everybody on equal ground is literally just almost a perfect way for the story to end, where everybody's kind of bathing in the same sunlight, aka the sun god, aka Nika. Zunisha was punished for crime 800 years ago, and I think at that point, Joyboy had died. Now, I think everybody's apologizing to Joyboy because you have to imagine that Joyboy is basically Luffy 900 years ago. That's just what he is. We know that 900 years ago, which is what we're seeing now, is the highly advanced ancient civilization that advanced technology farther than Vegapunk has. Which is pretty insane, but it's true. I'm sure we're going to get that story as well one day. But what's interesting that I found is then 100 years later, the 20 kingdoms came and decided that nobody should rule. So then I'm curious, well, was this ancient civilization like the rulers of the world? Was that kind of what was going on there? And then my thought is I'm like, Emu is our best connection to Joyboy. He has the hat. He knows the history. He was there during the Void Century, and he kind of knows what happened. What happened with that. And if I'm imagining Luffy from back then, it's kind of tough for me to imagine him accepting defeat. But the reason I think that everybody's apologizing to him and that he didn't necessarily succeed is he sacrificed himself in classic Christian culture for everything and everybody, so that everything could live on. But what's the most vexing of all of this is, why the fuck is Roger and the crew laughing when they get to Laugh-Tale? Which I think more and more and more has to be that ancient civilization that's somewhere deep into the Grand Line. And the reason it's so complex is because, you know, Emu, the elders, everybody needed to make it as hard as possible to uncover the truth, which our people are getting closer and closer to doing. And Vegapunk's about to drop some knowledge. Not all the knowledge, but some knowledge to kind of give us a bit more of that piece. But Oda, after researching, has done such a phenomenal job of just giving us breadcrumb after breadcrumb. And we're like starving, but he's keeping us alive. And I'm just like, well, why are they apologizing? What are they apologizing for? I think Zunisha was punished. Joyboy's companion. I also saw a theory that Oars is the original Joyboy, which I like, but I don't love. I like it. I think it's funny. But I think Zunisha, and the reason he listens to Momonosuke is, I think, probably Joyboy's last order to him was, hey, look after Wano and make sure that it's safe. And I think that the old kingdom that we saw flooded was because Zunisha wanted to protect the people and brought them up. And I think originally I had thought, well, we see that through the Mother Flame, which is an invention from Vegapunk, that they were able to raise the water level, but they wouldn't be able to raise it that much. And I think with the sheer vastness of Zunisha, that's going to be the only way you're going to get that much water into that place and almost protect people from Wano, keeping people out, which shows that Kaido was kind of on the right track, chilling in Wano, because he knew Wano was important for everything. And I think he even had another piece of the puzzle that was saying that Joyboy is going to be discovered in Wano, which is why he was camping out there. Because you have to understand, similar to Robin, Kaido was keeping some knowledge to himself as well. Definitely Big Mom too, just because they were there during a lot of that shit that was going on. We know that the Buccaneers were a civilization back then who know the rumors of Joyboy, but just about everybody besides a very select few of people even believe it's just a myth at this point. It's just a myth. All we know is there was this ancient civilization and all that. Another clue to the puzzle is this man, this giant human, giant robot, that's heavily advanced, that stood up. He 200 years ago attempted to go and climb the red line. Now, the two pieces of this that I find interesting is that he didn't hurt, there were no casualties, he didn't hurt anybody. And I think that he was after the head honchos. I mean, without question, probably about to see that he could have done a lot of harm to a lot of people. He's probably a bad dude. Not like bad evil, but like he's probably very strong with his technology and everything like that. But they kind of shut him up. But why would he go up there, not kill anybody, and then kind of run out of power? And the last thing is that the reason he ran out of power and the reason he's standing now is because Luffy's been in Nika mode for a while. And these drums give people power. We're seeing Zunisha wasn't powered by it because Zunisha's a living creature, but we see that the technology was literally powered by these drums, which means that this civilization 900 years ago, because that's where this robot has to be from, were powered by Sun God Nika. So why is Joyboy apologizing? Is he the workhorse? Is he the energy source behind this ancient civilization? It seems that way. Am I talking fast? I am, because why is he laughing? Why is he laughing? I don't know. I don't know why he's laughing. What could be so fucking funny? Because this whole thing doesn't seem funny to me. It seems like Joyboy attempted something. Imu either ended him or was there for his end. He sacrificed himself for the people, and now they rule. But it's weird. It's weird. And I understand like the cleansing, and that had to be Imu, and there has to be a sour turn to that story. But I don't understand why Imu wouldn't be doing it now. And I know the fruit's been evading them, but it's just kind of strange to me. I'm like, wouldn't Joyboy leave them in a state that they would like be struggling? But it's been hundreds of years that they've been ruling. And I'm like, what could they be laughing at? So this is basically just a video of me rambling. I don't know. I don't know what he's apologizing. Why they're apologetic. It has to be because he sacrificed himself in some way. But it had to be some way that he knew at the end of the day that the job would be taken care of by the new Joyboy, Luffy. But I don't know what that dude was up to. He's leaving me all these breadcrumbs. Lily allowing the poneglyphs to go out, and like, does that have a connection to Joyboy? And I'm like, we learned so much information. So there was so much info dumping before this climax of Egghead. Just go back and read it, because some of that shit is nuts. I don't have a conclusion right now. I don't. I think that we're going to learn more, and hopefully at another break I can tell you what he's apologizing for, but right now, I don't know. I don't know why Zunisha's sorry, and I don't know why the robot is sorry, but Joyboy couldn't get it done. Couldn't get it done. But this Joyboy will, and I think the original had always known that. But another question is, what is that giant straw hat? Was he a giant? I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. Hope you enjoyed the rambling, and you take care now. You take care.